What is the easiest way to use Synty assets in Godot? Well, until recently, we've had to rely on a lot of manual work, manual labor to import individual assets and texture them and apply the proper materials to them. Or we had the option to use something like the Synty to Godot converter created by this, user, which is quite an interesting piece of software for anyone willing to give it a try. I'll definitely recommend it. But as of the current date, which is June of 26, Synty has already started porting a number or preparing a number of the asset packs for using Godot. And how do I actually properly introduce these into my project and start using them? Well, first of all, let's pick one that we own. In this case, I'll do the example with the Sci-Fi City pack, which is in my sort of inventory. I'm going to proceed to download both the city file itself as well as the particle effects file, and I'm going to extract those files just here. All right, now I'm going to move these into the project I've prepared. I've already set one up. I'm in my file manager within the Godot project I've set up for this purpose. And now if I just move the files into the project like this, they won't actually properly show in the in my Godot file system. So what I actually want is I go in Assets, Synty, and then under here I find the a folder with the sort of proper capitalized spelling of the pack. And this is actually the file I want. Might actually take a second for it to show, but in the meantime I'm just going to do the same thing for the particle folder, particle effects, properly capitalized. And I'm going to move this into the project as well. And now we can actually see them showing up here. And what I can now do is just, as you would expect from something pre-prepared like this, I open the folder, I go into the prefabs section, and I can just, pull one of these assets into my project and immediately use it. And it works. As far as I know, for now, all the Synty asset packs for Godot have the same standard particle effects folder with all of these effects inside of it attached to them. I'm assuming as time expands, they will increase the repertoire of special effects they've prepared especially for using Godot and that go with each individual pack. As of now, I think they all have sort of the standard selection. And let's take a look at the actual, for instance, character assets we can use. I'm just going to drag a few of them in here, and we can see they are properly textured and all the materials properly applied. And well, now I can actually start working on my project, whatever I want to do, really. Yeah, they show up properly. Now, if I want to actually change the appearance, give one of these characters their alternate look, I can open the scene. And as you will notice, all of the characters are sort of, all the meshes for them are stored within each of the characters, and I can just activate and deactivate whichever mesh I wish for at the time. One thing I can actually do is, if I want to apply an alternate look, I have the material right here. I will go into the Synty pack folder, into the materials, and I have the alts, sort of the alternative materials, alternative looks for them. And I just have to drag the other material in, and I will see, as you will see, the look and coloring and texturing of the character changes. And this is how I apply alternative looks to my Synty characters in Godot.